What's your favorite thing in your office?
Photographs of my kids when they were young. I've been practicing law for 40 years as of now. I had a diverse background. So when I was in law school, there was only one course I was not going to take, and that was family law, because I knew I was never going to practice family law. I'm the product of divorced parents, and I didn't want to have anything to do with family. But what really happened was that when I had my first the first divorce in the middle 1980s, it turns out that this is really where I belonged. I used to be a litigator. I described myself as a recovering pit bull. I knew when I fought in court for my clients that there had to be a better way. There were just so many aspects of that process that were destructive to my clients. It wasn't efficient. It was even destructive to me. This is my oldest, Elisa. She's probably about, I don't know, 6 or so there. I was attending a conference here in Miami, my hometown, with a very well-known international trainer of collaborative professionals and mediators. It was a day-and-a-half program. After the first half day, I told him that I was going to be late because I was going to court the next day. I had a hearing on contempt because the former husband failed to do something that he was supposed to do, failed to pay my client a lot of money. And I was prepared to go put him in jail. And when we went to court, I knew that I was going to win that hearing. And the husband was going to be in a lot of trouble. And he had definite exposure to going to jail. He came with a very large check for my client, and so he didn't go to jail. But when I left the hearing and I was driving back to the rest of the training that I was late for, I realized that this was hypocritical of me. I'm a strong proponent of the collaborative process, and I just don't want to be a part of that world of going to court and destroying people. I would much rather help people amicably resolve their differences without destroying somebody. And I have all sorts of other things up there. McCartney tickets, Rolling Stones tickets. I made decisions to get as educated as possible. And I made decisions to get involved in organizations. I easily could have not gotten involved, not gotten educated. A very significant number of people who hold themselves out as collaborative attorneys are barely trained. They've gone to the basic training and that's it. Not only have I gone to a lot of them, I teach it. I teach advanced programs. I lecture at the International Academy of Collaborative Professionals annual forum at the statewide organization. I helped to create the statewide organization because I know that this is good for families, and it's a little embarrassing to say this, but it's a legacy. I think that I'm making a difference in people's lives, and I love being able to do that. I think everybody should do that. And so if I can help people get through the divorce process or enter into a prenuptial agreement or resolve issues in a paternity matter and they're better off and they're in a good place, that's great. If I can teach other professionals that they can do this, that this works, and that it's going to be successful and they're going to make money and represent people and feel good about themselves, I want everybody to wake up, look in the mirror and say, I'm happy with myself. I can look at myself in the mirror and be proud. And I do that. And I want others to do that, and I love helping them. My goal is that the collaborative process become much more widely known. Right now, it's just being used in Florida and most states in family matters. I think it should be a matter of course in virtually everything. I don't know that it'll ever be used in criminal matters, but in an awful lot of other areas, especially probate. And so I talk to people. I talk to judges. I talk to attorneys practicing. I'm planting seeds, and I look forward to those seeds blossoming.